All right, so we're back to word problems again. Word problems again. Hopefully we'll be a little bit better at it this time around than we were the first time. And that'll be our theme for the year, right? A little bit better at the end than we were at the beginning. Mark is 15 years older than Shannon. The sum of their ages is less than 26 years old. 26 years. Which inequality can be used to find the ages of each in years? Who's older, Mark or Shannon? Oh, good. Do you know how old Shannon is? I'm trying to model my thought process as if I were trying to attack the problem. No, I'm going to say x equals Shannon's age. X equals Shannon's age. And Mark is older, right? How much older is Mark? 15 years. So where does the 15 go? Does it go in the front of the x? Does it go after the x? Does it go in the x? So what is it? X plus 15. Great job. Great job. Ooh, you are so smart. So now, how does this fit together? What's this next part mean? The sum of their ages. What's that word sum mean? And here's my 26. Now, which way is my symbol going to go? Is the pointy part going to be facing the 26, or is the pointy part going to be like this? That's what it is? Is less than 26 years old. I think you guys are right. Great job. Yeah, you're so good. So it would be choice B. Make sure you take this down. Our goal is for you to take notes. All right, so Andrea has some sum of money in her savings account, and she withdraws one. What's that word mean? Withdraws 150. Oh, it takes out, and she still has at least $525 in her savings account. So, so which inequality? What are we going to say x equals? What don't we know? Yeah, yeah. What does x equal? Give me something that we don't know. Yeah, how much she started with, the original savings amount. This is, by the way, what variables were created to do. Instead of us saying like long statements, variables were created so that we could shorten our word problems. X is the original savings amount. Imagine if you had to write that every single time in each line of the problem. That would be so annoying. That's how it used to be. Before a very famous man named Al-Khwarizmi invented algebra. So how could we create like an expression from what's written up there? She withdraws, let's underline some things that are important. She withdraws 150, still has at least 525. So talk to me about this. How much did she take out? Yeah. Okay, so here's our great debate. We're not sure whether we're supposed to be using the one on the top or the one on the bottom. Okay, let's think about it in terms of money. Hold on a second. Let's think about it in terms of money. If I have at least $525 in my pocket, that's what this side is. At least. Give me an amount of money that could possibly be in my pocket. I could have 526. What else could I have? At least 525. Yeah, I could have 577. I could have 623. You understand what I mean? If you have at least $10 in your pocket, how much do you have? You have more than it, right? So which side is bigger? The one on my left or the one on my right? The one on the left. The one on the left side. And so the answer must be this one. Do you see it? Always wants to eat the bigger quantity. And so the answer is, let's see, x minus 150 is greater, right here. Oh, terrible. Thank you. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay. So we're gonna run at least 70 laps. That's what this runner plans to do during a 5-day period. He plans to increase the number of laps he runs each day by 2 laps. Then we got to find an equation that'll do this. Let's write down some things we know. Well, there's like 5 days to this little event, right? And I awarded 1 point on your test if you just started to take notes on the problem itself. Let's take that down. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. Okay. Now, how are we going to represent that algebraically? What do you think? What's day 1 going to be? Yeah, Sulema, great job. Great job. Yeah, day 1 is x. Now, how would you represent day 2? Remember, we got to go, yeah, very good, Edgar. Yeah, x plus 2. Now, the big question is how do we do day 3, though? X plus 4, because remember, he's going up 2 more laps. And then it's going to be what? Very nice. Plus 8. Okay. And then the sum of all of his, by the end, right? By the total end of these 5 days, he wants to run something like 70 laps. That's a crazy idea. Who does that? People plus 4. Like marathons, I always wanted to do an Ironman, just to try it. And then on this side is 7. You don't know what an Ironman is? Ironman track? Ironman is, there's 3 events, and it's a total test of endurance. Swimming, biking, running. You jump into water, I know. Yeah. That was a fun part about track. Yeah, the staples. The staples? I think they're called the staples. That's really fun. If you don't have long legs and can jump over the water, it's like falling into a moat during the race. It's fun. It's like an obstacle course they have. I'm telling you, man, you should run track. It's going to be fun. Okay, what does this mean? At the least number of laps he's got to run on that first day, he's got to run at least 70 laps. Once again, yeah, greater than, this is going to be greater than or equal to, because he wants to run at least 70. At least 70 means 71, 72, 73, 74, yep. And so which one of these choices does that? Yeah, this one right here. At least 70 laps, right there. So a student committee must decide between a band that costs $300. The band is, whoops, $300 plus 40% of the ticket sales. $300 plus 40% of the ticket sales. Or a DJ, a disc jockey. Did you know that's what DJ stands for? Or a disc jockey that costs $450. Now, who do you think is going to be cheaper? Weirdly enough, the DJ is going to end up being cheaper because remember, right? The band's going to take 40% of the ticket sales. So the committee plans to charge $3 a ticket. $3 a ticket. Do you know how many tickets we're going to sell? No. Okay. So let's take a little. T equals the number of tickets. And so how would you represent ticket sales? Whoops. Total ticket sales. If each ticket costs $3, and there are T tickets, how much money did I bring in? Suppose I sold 10 tickets, Joe. Suppose I sold 10 tickets, buddy. How much money would I bring in? It's $3 a ticket. 10 tickets. $30. How'd you figure that out in your head? Times it by 3. So total ticket sales is going to be 3T. Does that make sense to you? See how I thought about it and figured it out? Now let's draw a line. Okay. Which inequality could be used to determine the number of tickets that must be sold in order for the band to be the better value? To be the better value, what does that mean? Is the band cheaper or more expensive? It's cheaper. Ooh, the band is going to be cheaper. Well, the DJ happened to have cost $450. And we want for the band to be a better value, it's got to be cheaper. Now, how are we going to represent the band? Do we have to pay the band any money at all? How much do we have to pay him? Oh, we got to pay him $300. Okay. We got to pay him $300. And then they asked for this shady little side deal, right? What did they want? 40%. How do we write 40% as a decimal? They wanted 40% of the ticket sales. Which one of those choices looks like that? Ah. Oops. Made a mistake. Right? Because the sign was facing the wrong way. It's D.